Hello everyone, blessings. Hope you're having a great day. My name is Jose, in case you don't know who I am. I am doing a talk today on being stuck. I've been talking to a couple people and they've been talking about how they feel stuck. I'm actually going to read an anonymous comment here to get the ball rolling. I have been traveling and staying with family. I am home and can't get settled. Everything is just enough, but not enough. Spiritually, I am peaceful and growing, but I can't get out of this rut. No car, no home. Work is temporary. Sounds like you got a lot going on. The fact that you're traveling and staying with family is good. Traveling is great because it gets you out of your mind. It gets you to see things that you're not used to. It breaks a lot of the rigid structures that we have created. So that, and the fact that you're with family, I hope is a blessing to you. Family could be a little dicey depending on who you're around, but at the end of the day, everything is God's will. So just be grateful for being around and having family. So, to the meat and potatoes, you're saying that you feel stuck. And from what you say here, I am home and I can't get settled. Everything is just enough, but not enough. That's actually a step in the spiritual journey. This fight we have between good and evil in our mind, between the person, poison, and the presence. You know, in the cartoons, you see the devil and the angel. Well, this takes it a step further. The devil and the angel are both masks that we put on. Your presence, your truth, your true self, or your no self, all the same thing. That is the part of you that you sense is settled and everything is enough. Now, when you start saying just enough, I can feel the energy shifting to now your old habits of thinking that you need more, thinking you need to do more, thinking that there is more. All of this is a lie that you've been believing, that your thoughts have been telling you in your mind, and you believe and you hold on to as true, and then you act upon them, and that just solidifies it more. So in these moments where you feel like things are enough, but just enough, and then they're not enough, take a step back and count your blessings. Count all the things in your life right now that are going right. Look at yesterday or a week from today and compare all the blessings that you now have and all the things that are being given to you every day that we discount because of this voice in our head that just wants more and more and more and more. It never takes a step back and just enjoys what it has and savors all the diversity and all the experience in your life. So always point back to your present. Don't go into your future thinking that you need to figure out what you need in the future, and don't go back into your past thinking, well, if this was different or if I did this different, then my future or my present would be different. These are all delusions. These are all trances. You're hypnotizing yourself with your own voice, with your own thoughts. Kind of like when they hypnotize a snake with a flute, you're doing it with your thoughts, your beliefs. You're actually believing that these things have power. There's a very profound story I heard about a gentleman who was walking down the road, and he sees something on the road, and because it's so late, he can't make out what it is. And as he gets closer, he jumps, and he's like, oh my God, there's a snake in the middle of the road. And this guy, being so scared of snakes, runs to the closest hut and knocks on their door, and he's frantic, and the person opens and they're like, what's wrong, and he's like, oh my god, there's a snake in the middle of the road, it's getting late, I need to get home, can you please help me? So the person that's in the hut kind of just looks at him and shakes his head, and he's like, what are you talking about? There's no snakes in this area, like they don't exist out here, the water doesn't permit it. But the guy that's journeying says, please, there is, come, look. So they go and they look for the snake, and the owner of the house nearby goes up to the snake, picks it up, and says, look, that's not a snake, it's a rope. And as soon as the traveler sees that, he makes a shift, an internal shift of, oh my god, I'm so silly. That's a rope, that's not a snake. And it's a very profound story, because if you take the snake and the rope and you realize that that's your thoughts, and the change from believing your thought to letting go of attachment of your thoughts. When you see your thoughts as a rope and not a snake, as just harmless, then you have more control, or I should say more of a freedom over your life experiences and how you choose to see them. You no longer label things as not enough or just enough. You understand that there is a completeness in everything, and that nothing is just enough or not enough. It's the thoughts that we choose to believe that make us feel that they're not enough or just enough. So the work that needs to be done is not on the outside. You don't need a car or a house or a good job to feel like you have enough. There's people that have those things and some, and they still feel like they don't have enough. So don't fall into this trap that if I get A, B, and C, then everything will be fine. Because we've been chasing this dangling carrot our whole life, which is what the Buddha speaks of, about, not having attachments. Because when you have attachments, you're chasing these things. And God forbid something happens to these things, which it will, because everything is temporary other than our soul. Then now you're just lining yourself up for a bad situation where you're gonna get low on yourself and wish things were different once again. And there goes the cycle, the wheel of samsara, the wheel of suffering, over and over and over again. And one of these days we're gonna realize it, and we're just gonna start laughing, because we're gonna be like, oh my god, I've been doing this. I've been living Groundhog Day every single day, the same things, the same traps, and now I'm finally seeing it. You have to laugh, because it's comical, So I hope that answered your question. Just, I know it's harder to do or harder to be or to point to the truth than to talk about it. All right. I can talk to you till I'm blue in the face, but until you take it upon yourself to go online, find a teacher that works for you, find a book that resonates with you, find things that are going to lead you, that are going to put the breadcrumbs in front of you, that are going to take you to your true self, or at least reveal it, because your true self isn't anywhere other than right here, right now. We've just falling asleep to that because we're so caught up listening to all the other things that our thoughts are telling us. So the most important thing is to find your peace, find your balance, find your neutrality, your 0 point, the place where no matter what's going on around you, you're at the eye of the storm. Nothing phases you. Because when you're at that point and you let that grow more and more in your being, you will be amazed at how effective you become when things like having no car, no home, no permanent job come before you. It's like something will just tell you what to do. And there won't be no thinking involved, there'll be no stressing involved. Everything will fall into place. And you will feel no better any other day than at that moment. So I hope that resonated with you. If anyone has any questions or comments or topics that they want me to address, feel free to share it in a comment or message me. I'm gonna start taking in more insight from people and hopefully incorporate it into my videos. I really want to hit topics that people are having challenges with, so then it reaches and helps more people. Okay, guys? Namaste. Love you guys. Enjoy your day.